Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and I have an unboxing and I guess just a quick overview of this Black & Decker lithium battery booster. I've seen this exact same one under several different names, so it's probably one of those cases where it's all made in the same factory and just rebranded. I picked this up at Rural King. I've been wanting to get something like this for a while. They had it on sale for $25. It normally is $30, and I think the retail is $50, so definitely a pretty good price on it. This is just something I'm looking to keep in my car for, in case I would ever, mostly just if I would need to charge something. But it should, from what I've seen in other videos, these actually do give the car just enough to get it started. So it wouldn't hurt to keep it with me, and then if I need to charge a phone up or something in an emergency. Let's just check everything. That's the wrong side. Wall. Hopefully the lighting's a little bit better. Switch to some brighter light bulbs because I don't have room for any type of lighting boxes. So I need to get a lamp off to the side instead of right in front where my big head gets in the way. Let's try and get all this out of here. And then here's the instruction manual on top, which for something like this I probably would recommend reading it. We should get a few different types of connections here. I believe this brick, this adapter will be to charge this. And this is a little different from a power pack or maybe they're just called jump starters. This is an actual, it's called a battery booster, but what it does is it charges the battery, I guess, just enough to get some juice in it or get the voltage up, and maybe it has enough power or circuitry in it that it can maybe jump it for a few seconds. But it's almost laughable on the box that it says it can start a V8 engine when the big sized at Rural King they have the Goodyear ones that are huge, and they're the ones that have it's just a direct charge of amps or however it goes, and those are even only recommended for 4-cylinder engines. So the fact that they say you can boost a V8 and start it off this is pretty impressive. How these work, which a lot of people get it wrong, you don't just hook it up and start it. You have to turn it on, and it won't do anything because we're not hooked to any terminals, but it'll start out at red, and then you let it charge for, I think it just says like 2 minutes or less, and then once it'll go through that, and then once it gets to green, then you can leave it plugged in, but then you're good to start it. So that's something I think is a problem some people had. And if you're going to go ahead and actually jump start a car off these, I would recommend using these alligator clamps on the terminals. I mean, it is a pretty short cord, so I guess if it was really cold out or something, but I really wouldn't recommend running that much jump start through a cigarette lighter, and just in case you'd blow a fuse or melt some wires or something. I wouldn't think that would happen, but if you can go directly to the battery, that's what I would recommend doing. And probably the most used feature for me will be this USB charger. It's just like a regular little battery bank, but it's way bigger. And see if this is all in screen here. Some instructions on what all that means. I think there's a warranty with this. This is one of those things you probably would want to register it for a warranty. You get your quick start guide. Now obviously I'm not doing a demo because I don't have a dead battery, and I don't plan on making my battery go dead, but it is an old battery in the car, and I have an actual electric recharger for one, but that's not very convenient if you start your car and you're not home and the battery just decides to die. So hopefully I'll never have to use it. If I do, I'll make a video, but I have no doubt that it'll work because I've seen things like this and they actually do provide enough power to jump start it. And then I'll go over the I/O again real quick. That's your little flashlight. Then that's your selector, your USB port, and that's for your jumper cables or your alligator clamps, and then your 9-volt or 12-volt, adapter. That would be where you just plug this charger in to charge the bank itself. And since I'm using my phone to record this, I'll just go ahead and hook up my iPad here. There's also the ability to turn this light on, but it won't, if you press it, it won't. You have to turn this on first. And then if you press it, you can see you get this light, which is pretty much useless. I guess if you were actually using this and you couldn't see otherwise. Just keep a half decent $10 flashlight in your car. It'll easily outdo this, but it's there if you would need it, but it's not very impressive. And again, I have my iPad hooked up here, and you'll notice if you plug it in, it doesn't do anything. It says hold this button for 2 seconds. Again, it won't do it. You have to make sure you turn it on. It still won't charge. You have to tell it to. Hold it for 2 seconds, and now you can see we're charging here. There's really no way for me to tell what the milliamp hour is on this, what the actual, I assume it's lithium ion, what it holds. Oh yeah, it says it right on the instructions. I guess I should have read it. I guess I could just drain this completely down. This is around 8,000 milliamps on this iPad, and then I could see how many charges I can do on it to get an idea. Again, that's not something I plan on using frequently, but if you know, in a pinch, it should charge your phone a few times at the very least, and it should be enough to start a car. I think they're good for like 1 or 2 times, depending on just trying to start the car. Then you want to recharge it. But if you're using it just to do a device, leave it in your trunk is what I'll probably do with mine, and just have it on hand. Probably just use it to charge devices if they run low and I'm not around electricity. But that's basically all the features of this. And then it's still charging here. You actually get that little indicator light. Hold it for 2 seconds and then you're done charging. And I'm sure this would automatically shut off on its own after a few minutes in inactivity, but you just do that and you're back off. So I think it's pretty nice for $25, $30 even. It's really worth it, because even just the regular phone battery bank costs around that. This way you leave it in your car, you can jump start it if your battery ever dies. I would recommend an actual dedicated battery charger if you have multiple cars or batteries that sit around, or the actual bigger power packs. Probably have something like that in your garage or basement. But something like this would be just great to leave in the trunk of a car, and that's what I plan on doing with mine. So hopefully this showed you a little bit about this product. They do work, so don't let the price scare you. They should be fine. And hopefully you'll never have to use it, but if that helped you out, then that's great. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.